have been a lot of games that have been heavily inspired by Dandy's World. Some of them good, some of them bad. One of them has been severely brought to my attention. There's this game called Toon Universe that has gotten some serious drama around it. So today I'm kind of gonna unpack Toon Universe for what it is, give you my genuine thoughts on it. I'm gonna show you guys what a good example of a Dandy's World inspired game looks like versus what a just stolen game looks like. So I don't want to criticize this game too much because it seems like they've actually been making a lot of significant strides. Let's start out from the top. So here's their leaks page. As you can see, it does seem to be very parallel to that of Dandy's World. Immediately, like extracting Iker from a machine, allegedly, and also the mascot being very, very close to being Dandy. However, okay, see, wait. When they go up to, see, it's called an Iker machine. That's kind of my problem with it. Like, if it was called, like, I don't know, your own lore, or like a decryptor, if it was only called like a decryptor, that's your own concept that you could apply to your own game, right? But this video specifically was made 3 weeks ago, and I have been seeing this team be making some positive changes. But admittedly, like, this form of extraction, see, this is really cool. That's really freaking cool. That was awesome. Like, that was actually so fire. I actually haven't seen this. That's sick. You can get combos. See, like, it's so, like, there's so many good aspects of it, but then there's other things where it's just like, it's just ripped for no good reason. So let me go and check out this. So, like, yeah, it is different, but I like what they're doing over here. See, like, that is just Dandy's World. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it is filling up with gas, but it just seems like they're pulling too hard from Dandy's World. Like, they feel like they can only succeed taking direct translation from Dandy's World, which I get it. I've been there. I'm too scared to post other videos on this channel because I only do Dandy's World. Trust me, I get it. And then there have been a lot of talk about this being like very, very close to Dandy's World. Some people calling it a direct copy, which, to be honest, well, it kind of is. But we'll continue on because they have made some significant strides. Right here we can see one of the characters who looks cool. Like this character right here, CD glasses guy. This is cool. These are their own models. Okay, wait, we got another full video. See, like, and then they do stuff like this where it's 8 players and they're joining an elevator. You can take inspiration from Dandy's World, but don't be Dandy's World. Try to, like, be your own. They have this character, which I think, yes, this is its own character. I was gonna say it's V. No, it's an ink bottle. See, they can, even if they make their own game, they can even take inspiration from other toons. You know what I mean? And they have something called trades. They have research, which is probably okay. And then they have 2 forms of currency. Yeah, but then they have the character called Sunny, which is just like clearly just a Dandy ripoff. And the reason I keep talking about this is because there is currently an active poll talking about if they should change the current mascot. As you can see, currently there's 5 days left on this poll. You guys can vote on it if you want. Do you guys want to change something, Sunny, to something else? I would say change it to something else. Some people are saying it's too close to Dandy. It is. Especially if this is like your cornerstone mascot. I voted to change it to something else. 69% of people said to change. Well, I guess my opinion's invalid. And I'm actually really enjoying going through this. Let's keep looking at everything else that they have. There is a lot here. Like, here's another toon that looks awesome. Like, who is this guy? I don't know, but it's very cool. Like, we have these models of twisted versions of the characters we've already seen. We also have more work on the machines where they all look like they have their own different effect. This is very cool. What is this?
New League Toons Universe character.
I love Undertale music. Oh my god, dude, is that a black portal? The black hole is part of her mechanic. Dude, oh my gosh. See, like, this is cool. This is cool. But why are you calling it a twisted? This is what I just clicked on. Okay, in prison. So, man, so they're also doing elevator cards in
Pretty
prison.
basic things are often abilities granted to someone at random.
This ability allows one person in the current floor to trap a... yeah, see, they are called twisted. So, the monsters are called twisteds. There's elevator cards. There's an elevator. There's 8 players, and the game's called Toon Universe, and the main mascot is very close. Like, there's a difference between inspired and what this is. You know what I mean? Like, this could be very cool. Like death penalty. This removes a twisted from the floor, but in return of one of the players losing a heart. Like, this is cool. This is very, very cool. You could integrate it in your own way. You know, I think healthy competition's great, and maybe my opinion's completely invalid. I think I need to play the game whenever it comes out, which I do believe I'm gonna be able to do tomorrow. Savior. Oh, there's different rarities on the cards. See, that's cool. That's cool. And I'm assuming, you know what? I'm assuming that you're doing it in the elevator. You might not be doing that in the elevator. I guess I also just don't like how the toons are called toons and the twisteds are called twisted. We're gonna look more into this later because I've barely scratched the surface at what this game actually has. And so far, this game has kind of blown me away a little bit. I'm gonna be brutally honest. And this was brought to my attention by Swiper, who's a friend of the channel. Hello Kitty World Alpha is banned. Roblox drama. So it appears that Hello Kitty's world was already banned, which, as I said earlier in the video, is an example of a bad game. Let me explain. So the inherent problem with Hello Kitty's world is that it not just only sold Danny's World assets, like it completely downloaded the game and the map and uses it as the base of their game. Yeah, stealing those assets, that's a major no-no. And then the real problem is I don't know if they got Hello Kitty IP. In case you don't know, Hello Kitty's world is definitely something that's under intellectual property. Creations of minds such as inventions, literary artistic works, designs, and symbols, names, and images used in commerce. So, I'm just gonna Google really fast. Is Hello Kitty copyrighted? Yes, Hello Kitty is copyrighted and trademarked by Sanrio. Hello Kitty is protected by copyright trademark. Images of either appearing on unlicensed products are completely illegal. So not only did it steal Danny's World assets, but it used the Hello Kitty IP. Definitely did not get the rights to Hello Kitty. I'm gonna guess. I'm assuming, but I think it's a good assumption. I could be wrong. But either way, they still sold the map from Danny's World. They lost. Like, you can't do that. But a good example of a Danny's World inspired game is Crazy Skidlets. I know whenever I play this game, it seems like a freaking paid ad, but it's not. This is how I think an inspired game should be, right? They have their own characters. They're not called toons. They're called Skidlets. And they're all different with their own unique different abilities with health, stamina, and movement speed, so on and so forth. This game also has boosts that you can buy to activate while you're playing in the game, like its different integrated trinket system. To get into the game, you don't go in an elevator. You use a teleporter. They have cards in the game. Cool. You find them randomly hidden on the map as you're playing the game. How cool is that? Very cool. This game has its own integrated lore. Freaking awesome. Look at this. You spawn in the game and you start running in. Like, this is cool. There's its own portal animation starting the game. I know a lot of you guys have probably already seen this. This is its own game. They have their own monsters called gremlets. Look at that, man. That is not a twisted. That's a freaking gremlet. And check this out. This is where it really differs. There's not floors. There's like levels. And to get to the next level, you have to put these portal blocks into the portals, and you have to complete these machines in a different way than Danny's World. For example, this is not an extractor machine. This is a varium extractor. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like, and there's random coins you can pick up on the map. But it really does seem like this game is making steps into the right direction. Let's go ahead and look at a little bit more. Like these cards are very cool, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We got idle animations. We have, okay, wait. Let's look at this. Okay, check this out. This is gonna matter. What does the world look like, right? Okay, so 50% of the lobby completed. So originally this looked completely like Dandy's World. However, now it looks quite a bit different. The bat's not flying either, but I think I am just being a little bit too critical of it, to be honest with you. Elevator cutscenes after the timer runs out, which are not too sure. Yeah, okay, so I mean, they have their own elevator cutscene. Cool, but I just don't know why it's an elevator. I've said this enough, I think. Yeah, you see that drop down? That was exactly the same as Dandy's World. And in the game, their own items are called trinkets as well. I don't know, man. Ow. But I'm gonna play it. Like, I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna stop. You know what? I'm gonna save the rest for when I actually play it, because I think I'm gonna get early access or something. I was told. Either way, I guess kind of let me know what your guys' thoughts are about it. Do you guys think I'm being too critical? Do you like the competition? Are you excited for Toon's universe? Do you just care directly if it steals assets? Because I know that's what Blush does. Or is the whole mascot horror game kind of boring for you at this point? Like, are you just over it? Or would you rather just play Deady Rails? Or a new genre of a game? I am genuinely curious to know. I was supposed to be neutral on this video. I do think I ended up coming off a little bit too critical. Hopefully they just let me play the game and give it my actual thoughts. Either way, I'll see you guys all again soon.